Hello, and welcome to Bookish Sisters Podcast. I'm Aly.
And I'm Jaime, and we are two sisters who love talking about books.
Today we'll be talking about the different types of readers and where we think we fit in.
And we're going to start off with the mood reader.
So, what do you consider like a mood reader to be?
When you're only reading things that you are in the mood for. Like, you cater your books and your preferences to your mood.
Yes. I think I am definitely a really big mood reader. Mm-hmm. I obviously try and prioritize, like, certain types of reads.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't work when I'm, like, everything I have to read
is, like, the same genre.
Exactly. Then, and I'm not in the mood for that. Then that doesn't work.
Yeah. Like, I'm definitely a mood reader. If I'm reading a book that I'm not in the mood for, I'm not going to enjoy it as much.
Mm-hmm.
And that could affect my rating and my review.
Right.
Which I try to keep my mood out of it, but...
Right, because I feel like it's not fair.
Yeah. When I review, I think, is it me or is it the book?
Mm-hmm.
If it's me, then I keep my opinion out of it the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
And just focus on different elements that I liked.
Right, because you can tell if it's worth a certain rating based on the writing style or, you know, the concept and all this stuff. You can tell if it's well written and it's just your mood.
Yeah. Don't want it to be me.
So do you think you were always a mood reader?
I don't think I was. But, like, when I first started reading, I was only reading, like, mystery and suspense. And that was it. So, like, I didn't really read any other genre, so I didn't have anything to cater my moods to.
Right.
But now I read so many different genres that I am definitely a mood reader.
Yeah, I don't think I feel like I always was a mood reader, but not to the extent I am now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I used to be able to just push through regardless, and I just can't do that anymore.
Same.
Like, if I'm not in the mood for it, I'll, like, put it away and maybe go back to it.
I know, if I'm not feeling it, I will be more likely to DNF, set it down, or just, like, choose not to read and venture into different hobbies.
But I think there's a difference now versus when we first started reading and stuff, too, because we didn't get sent books to read and review.
Yeah.
So that was never a factor.
It's true.
Like, if I wasn't in the mood for it, it didn't affect anybody, because I didn't even write reviews when I was reading then.
I know, same.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're expected to write reviews.
I never had deadlines before.
Mm-hmm.
We have deadlines now for a lot of things we read. So
it's just different. Deadlines are hard for being a mood reader.
Oh, yeah. Especially, like, tell me why sometimes you're given a book and they expect you to read and review it, like, in a day or two.
Yeah, but that's not realistic. I mean, we read, I would say more than a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, even so, I cannot, like, if you send me a book, it could be, like, up to 3 weeks before I pick it up.
Right, because...
Maybe longer.
Like, sometimes I'll agree to something, but they don't tell me when it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm given no notice as to when I'm actually going to be receiving it to read it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, within a week, or sometimes 2 weeks if it's generous.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like days, and I'm like, I've got like 5 other books I have to read before this. Like, there's no way I'm going to meet that deadline.
Yeah, there's been times where I've agreed to a book, and then, like, 6 months plus later, I'm sent the book and asked, well, given like 2 days before they're expecting a review. And then sometimes they will message me. Like, the day I receive it, why haven't you reviewed it yet? I'm like, I literally just got it. I need time.
I know, that's happened to me a handful of times too. I'm like, it just came, and I didn't know it was coming. Like, yeah, I agreed to it, but that was so long ago, I forgot. And then you never told me it was arriving or when I had to read it by or anything like that.
I'm sorry, but if you send me a book, I'm not going to read it that day unless it's, like, one of my favorite authors.
Because chances are I'm already reading 1 to 3 books already that need to be finished before I pick up yours. Like, there's a process to my TBR.
Yes.
I can't just drop everything on a hat just to read it because I received it, usually.
Yeah, I feel like there's at least a little bit of priority in the order that books arrive.
Yes.
And then you go with your mood on top of that.
Yes, because a lot of things, it's by pub day or, you know, by when a tour date or something that I agreed to post.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not great for being a mood reader.
So are you able to read books even if you're not in the mood for them?
I really try
Mhm.
because sometimes I don't have a choice, but I do find myself rushing or
Yep.
skimming
Me too.
when I'm not in the mood because I want to get through it to get to something I'm in the mood
Mhm.
for. Because I could be halfway through a book and it's a great book,
Mhm.
but then I'm suddenly not wanting to read a romantasy. I want to read a thriller. And then I'm just like, oh, I want to get through this so I could read my thriller.
I don't know, like, I will be more likely to skim.
Mhm.
I might DNF if I'm not feeling it. And depending on how I'm feeling that day, I may send it to the books, give it to the bookstore instead of ever finishing it.
Mhm.
And, like, I don't know, it just depends.
Well, because there are some books, I know if I set them down,
You will never pick them back up again.
because it'll be too hard to get back into the world or whatever, especially with like a high fantasy.
Yes.
If I step away from that, I'm probably not going to want to go back to it. But if I set a thriller down, I might be able to get back to that because it's like more quick, fast paced. There's not a lot of world building or anything like that.
That's fair.
So do you think you could ever stick to like a set TBR?
I don't think so. Oh, for anyone that is listening and you don't know what TBR is, it's essentially your to be read pile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because sometimes we just like rattle off terms and we can't assume that anyone listening knows what these terms are.
Because when we first started getting into the book community, we didn't know any of these terms.
Right, we were
like no one explained them to us.
Right, we were avid readers, and I'm like, what is a trope? What does the grumpy sunshine mean? I was like, what is this? What is TBR? Everyone keeps saying that. Yeah, I was like, what is this?
No, but I don't think I would set a TBR and stick to it.
No.
Like, if I make myself read something, it's gonna feel more like homework.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna feel like a chore, and like I'm not going to enjoy it as much.
Yeah, I have tried so many times, and I literally always fail.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to try and set like a monthly TBR.
Yes.
And be like, oh, I want to read all these books because it's Christmas time, or oh, I want to read all these witchy books because it's like Halloween. And it never happens.
Setting a monthly TBR is doing those books to never be read.
Yeah, I would agree.
Those are the books that I will avoid reading, like, indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned that the hard way.
Like, obviously, I try and pick up books that, like an arc that's coming out or something. But aside from that, it's like, I try and read those before I pick up ones in my own personal collection, but I have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah. And, like, I have my TBR jar that you gave me, and I made it by mood. Mm-hmm. So if I'm in the mood for fantasy, romance, thriller, I pick that card. And then I'm more likely to enjoy it.
See, I have mine, and I finally got it, like, set up. But I have only used it one time so far because I have so many priority reads I have to get through before I can read it. Because my way of thinking was that I was going to read a priority read a TBR from the TBR jar, and then read a book for fun and just alternate like that. But that hasn't happened because so many books came at once that all had to be read like immediately. And I was like, I'm never going to get through all these.
If there's room on the shelf, everything gets shelved. And then they each get a card. And I'm to the point, unless I told you I'm going to review it, it is on my shelf, it is on a card, and I'll get to it when I get to it.
Right. That's kind of what I've had to do because too many books come at once. And I can't physically read that many books in a month. So I put all of my TBR, gosh, the jar is full. Hand it to me. It's a gumball machine.
How cute is it?
It's my little gumball machine, and I have, like, scratch-off cards in them. And I thought that I would just put a book, all the books that I've been sent that I haven't read, they're all on the cards. Yep. And it's kind of chaotic. They have color coordination, but I did not do what you did and put it by genre or anything. So it's just a free-for-all. Whatever I grab, I'm like, I'm going to have to read this.
And color-coded. Like, there's no mistake. Except for my non-fictions, because I only have, like, 3 or 4 of them. Those are on just random cards jammed in a random genre. So one of these days, I will be disappointed going for a fantasy, and I'm going to get nonfiction. I will never voluntarily, like, pick up that genre. But, like, if I'm told to read it, or if I agree to read it, then I will.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in my jar, just randomly organized.
So what do you think makes you in the mood to read a specific book?
I think it really varies. Like, sometimes it could be the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's, like, storming and dark and gloomy out, I might want to read a thriller or horror.
I don't understand that. Like, I get it, I guess.
But atmosphere.
But I don't think I would... That would make me even more spooked, I feel.
It makes it more immersive.
I suppose so.
But, like, if I just read, like, a fantasy, I don't want to read a fantasy again. Mm-hmm. So, I like to switch genres.
Yeah. I do the same. But sometimes I have no choice, like this past month, where it's just romantasy after romantasy after romantasy, and I'm like, I'm getting burnt out.
I know that. I just burn out so fast. And then I also don't like reading books with the same tropes.
Yeah.
Back to back. I can't read Grumpy Sunshine, Grumpy Sunshine, Grumpy Sunshine. You gotta change it up and have enemies to lovers or something.
Because I feel like not that long ago, you were reading Second Chance Romance after Second Chance Romance.
And I'm like, I don't even like Second Chance Romances most of the time. And I'm like, why is everything this?
I'm really not sure what makes me in the mood for a specific book.
Mm-hmm.
I just know it changes so often and so quickly. And that's probably why I'm reading so many books at once a lot.
I don't know how you do it, but we'll
I
get to
that
either. So, next, let's talk about the Book Dragon.
So, this would be more of like a book collector. Mm-hmm. And they'll have like multiple editions of the same book.
Special editions, signed copies.
Exactly. And I feel like I'm a little bit of this too.
Oh, you and me both.
And it's more of a recent development this past like 2 years, I would say.
Mm-hmm. What do you think started that obsession?
I don't know. Well, actually, I think I do know. So when I first started Bookstagram, mm-hmm. I don't even know, was that 4 years now?
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah. So I, pretty early in, I won a giveaway, mm-hmm. and I won 13 signed special editions.
I know, I was so jealous.
And that was like my first time having like mm-hmm. a signed book, and I never had like all the special mm-hmm. editions of any kind, and they were so pretty, and they were all like, I hadn't read like fantasies mm-hmm. really that much, other than some retellings, and that was like the first time I was reading like young adult mm-hmm. fantasies, and I just started collecting them.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree that when I first started Bookstagram and receiving the signed copies and discovering new favorites, that's when I started like hoarding books. Mm-hmm. Because like I used to part with books, I'd read them and then I'd give them to the used bookstore.
Right, and then you'd get credit for more.
And then I would buy a new book. Or new used book. But now, I hoard every book that I love as a trophy.
Yep. Sometimes multiple editions. But I feel like this really started the past few years. Mm-hmm. Probably the last 2 or 3 years is when it really started.
I would agree.
Because I remember, in the beginning, I just had, like, 2 bookshelves. Mm-hmm. And then I had to have 4 because there wasn't enough room. And then now I have, like, 18 bookshelves.
Oh.
All this tiny room!
I know. My first, 2 years on Bookstagram, I had all my books crammed on one single shelf.
I'm honestly surprised it did not break.
Me too, because there was double layers on every single shelf.
I think the reason it didn't, because there were so many books, and they were holding up the shelves.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they for sure would have broke. But it's like, I think, too, like, once sprayed edges started becoming more, like, easily mm-hmm. accessible, then I was wanting to get some of them.
Because at first, they were, like, these rare special editions you could only get with book boxes. Mm-hmm. And now they're so accessible. Mm-hmm.
And then, like, when I started getting sent signed copies, mm-hmm. then I was like, oh, I really like this feature. I need them all signed.
And then we found some at the used bookstore that were signed.
Yes, and that was exciting. And then when we started doing some book tours, we would get sent, like, special editions sometimes mm-hmm. or signed copies that way, too.
Yeah.
And it's like, when I get a certain book that I really loved, sometimes I want multiple copies of it. Like, 100%. If I, like, when, for example, if I read an arc of a book mm-hmm. and I loved it and it's a new favorite, then I need a,
hardcover.
I need a hardcover. I need, a finished mm-hmm. copy. If there's a special one of it, I might need that too.
Yeah, sometimes I can just upgrade a book and part with my duplicate.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's an absolute favorite book, I've got to keep them all.
Yeah. I've been really trying hard this past month to part with some books that I have duplicates of. You know, I've been struggling, but I have literally no space.
I know, space.
And I've had to, and I was like, if I give it to this person, then at least I know I can self-visit it if I want.
I know, like, there's been some books I can only part with my duplicate if it's going to you or our brother or, like, one of our friends. Like, beyond that, if it's not going to them, it is not leaving my library.
Yeah. I know. And there is some, like, even though, like, for example, with, like, Creatures of Chaos, I had 2 of the exact same edition, and I was like, I need them both, I can't. And then finally I was able to let you have one, because I know you loved the book, because I let you borrow it, and you were like, fell in love with it too, and I was like, at least I know it's gone to a good place.
And you know it will be treasured on my shelf.
So what is a book that you have multiple copies of?
I have multiple copies of Cinder.
Those
I have the collector's edition, the new designed paperback, as well as the original covered paperback. I want the original hardcover, because I need to upgrade that whole series, because that is a hot mess of a situation.
Yeah. It's hard to come across what you're missing.
Yes.
And in good shape.
Yes, I'm not going to pay $10 to $15 on a beat-up hardcover.
No.
I can't do it. Needs Drew and Hardy Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Because have to collect the various editions.
Yep.
And, like, depending on when it was printed, the story changes.
Yep.
Because they made so many revisions and modernizations that it becomes a completely different book.
The one that comes to mind in that series specifically is, what was it? The Mystery of Shadow Ranch or whatever it's called? Yeah.
Yeah, that one changed drastically. And then Fourth Wing, I have 2 copies of each book. The same edition for Iron Flame and Onyx Storm. Just one I've read, one I have not. And then Caraval, Shadow and Bone. And Caraval, we both just got the holiday box set.
Yeah. Found it at Ollie's. Yeah, for $18.99. How could you not? That's cheaper than one of the hardcovers in there. And they're so pretty.
Yeah. And then I have 2 copies of 6 of Crows.
You do?
And I haven't read them, but I
haven't read them either. I've been saying I was going to read the duology for, like, literally 4 years.
I have the paperbacks with the Netflix logo, and then I have the new copies.
Oh, that's right, because you were on that tour that sent you a copy.
Yep. And then Harry Potter, I have multiple editions.
Well, of course.
Same with The Haunting of Hill House.
I only have the one edition of that. So I have a problem with The Wizard of Oz. So I have over 100 copies of that.
Is it over 100 now?
Yeah. We're not going to tell my husband. They're sprinkled throughout the library, so it's not as obvious when you come in.
Unless you're looking at the one shelf.
Yeah. If you're looking up there, that's pretty obvious. But yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
And they're not all exactly of just the Wizard of Oz. They're like a various
series.
Exactly, it's in the series of the books. And Alice in Wonderland, I have 36 copies.
So many.
Anna Green Gables, I have 11 copies. And Fourth Wing, I think I have 4 or 5 copies. Because I recently found one at Goodwill. Remember, it was like the paperback with the dragons. And I was like, I forgot about that one. And then, I didn't even think, but Nancy Drew, gosh, there's like, I have bookshelves of Nancy Drew.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, there is.
And those are just the ones that I have logged as their own, like, tags, so it's easy for me to find. I know I have duplicates of, like, oodles of different books. But I feel like most of the books that I consider to be a favorite, I, like, have to have the ARC and the finished copy.
Yeah, like Hidden Pictures.
Yeah, I know, because you gave me your ARC once you got a finished copy, and I was like, you're not getting this back once I upgraded. I was like, it's mine now. And then I got the signed book plate to put in a hardcover, because I had to have a hardcover to put the signed book plate in. Like, that's what's happening. So how many signed copies do you think you have?
At least 80. Like, last I checked, it was somewhere around 80.
I have 142 logged as signed, So who knows how many, because if you know me at all, I'm very chaotic. Like, I'm really organized, but I'm also, like, very, very chaotic.
Yeah.
And my method of keeping track of what's in this room is all over the place. Like, she'll has to help me. Like, I cannot do anything without Jaime when it comes to, like, logging this library, because I will literally be in the middle of a shelf, and then I'm halfway across on another shelf doing it again somewhere else.
You bounce around the library so much when you're logging, and I'm like, how do you keep track of where you were?
I don't! That's the problem!
Like, when I go through and I watch the library, I do shelf by shelf, book by book, so I don't miss any. And I do not rearrange my books until I've completed them.
That is not what happens. I'll start the process, and I'll be so proud of myself because I'll get, like, through, like, almost a whole bookcase, and then I rearrange the whole library. And then I have no idea what happens.
And then you wonder why we both get confused.
Yeah, it's very confusing. But I'm constantly having to rearrange books because there's no room, and so many books are coming and going.
Yep.
Because I'm constantly parting with books because I unearthed new books that I forgot were in there or that were tucked behind somewhere, and I'm like, I've had this for a billion years. I think my taste is no longer aligning with this book. I'm never going to read it, so let's get rid of it. And then I go to remove it from my log, and I'm like, it was never even in the log.
Because I put every book in my TBR jar, I'm going to have to, like, scavenger hunt for some of the books I got tucked behind. And it's going to be funny.
Yeah. And then I've ran out of so much space in here. I've had to go in to the closet that I keep all the board games, because I also have a board game collection. I have, like, a lot of hobbies, and, like, there are books tucked behind in there, and I'm like, I know it must be in the closet, because I don't think it's in what we call general population out here.
I know this book is somewhere.
Like, I know I have it, I just don't know where. And you spend, like, an hour looking for it, and then you're no longer in the mood for it.
Sometimes you just want to find it to make sure that you still have it.
Yeah.
So do you go out of your way to obtain books with special features?
If they're a favorite, and sometimes if it's, like, super pretty and has, like, really intricate sprayed edges or something, or it's signed, then I'll want it. But it has to be for a reasonable price, and if it's used, even better.
Yep. Like, I will on a rare occasion, primarily if it's a favorite, either book or author or a series. And if it's a series, it's probably because I want the matching set.
Yeah.
Because I hate having a hardcover, paperback, hardcover, all various sizes.
Yeah.
Different editions, different covers. It drives me nuts.
It drives me nuts, too. I know, but, like, sometimes I'll love the first book in a series, but just, like, I'll like the second or third book and so on. So it's like, I'll want the special edition of the first book, but then I don't feel like I have to have it for the rest of them. But that's, like, the exception to that, I think.
Yeah. And every book has to be affordable.
Yeah.
As reading books is too expensive of a hobby to not be shopping used.
Especially when we're poor like we are. And then too many ones that I want come out at the same time.
Then you have to prioritize which one do you actually want, which ones can you risk not having the special.
It's just a struggle, a never-ending struggle. Because then there are always regrets. I should have got that one.
Yep, I still have regrets about not buying the special edition of Shield of Sparrows. Because I had the ARC, and I absolutely loved it. I thought about getting the deluxe edition. But then I'm like, I already have this book. I don't need a special edition of it. Didn't factor in that it's going to be a series.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thinking about it, because I had other books that I had that were coming out that I bought.
Right. That one is why that's why you came to that conclusion. Because you were like, okay, I need these. I don't have these ones. I have this. So I get the justification.
But now when the next book comes out, I'm never going to have a matching set. Like, it's impossible. I don't think Red Tower Books will be sending me book 2 in an art form.
You can hope. You can hope.
I'm not that lucky.
So, how do you feel about sprayed edges? Does it make you more inclined to pick up a copy?
Okay, so I love a pretty stenciled sprayed edge. But, like, the plain colored ones, I couldn't care less about.
Yeah.
Especially if it's on a paperback.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see the point of just plain edges.
I feel the same way. Like, obviously, sometimes it's like, I'm like, oh, it has sprayed edge. But that only makes me excited for, like, a hardcover. Because I feel like with the paperbacks, they end up getting, like, wonky once you read them and open them.
And, like, I hate the black sprayed edge.
Because they always look, like, unfinished.
And, like, I feel like a lot of times the darker colored edges are messy.
Yes.
Like, you will find...
It's, like, bled over onto the pages.
And onto the cover. Like, I've had that happen. Onto the pages. And, like, if you're gonna do it well.
Or don't do it at all. Yeah, I feel like the same. So another kind of reader is the bookworm,
who literally reads everything and is just super devoted to reading.
Yeah. So I would, like, consider there to be two categories of readers, like the avid reader versus, like, the casual reader.
Yeah. Avid reader reads all of the time, whereas the casual reader doesn't read regularly, but they enjoy reading.
Yes. So how often do you read?
So it varies. Some days it's, like, daily, where I will, like, and I will read, like, a lot in a day. And other times I don't read for, like, 3-4 days at a time. And I will focus on, like, playing video games or something else.
I read literally every single day. The only time I think I didn't was, I think there were a couple days this past year when I was literally too sick to read. But other than that, it's, like, every day. Even if it's just a chapter. Like, one chapter, and then I'll feel satisfied.
I feel like I often get stuck in, like, an anti-reading slump. Where I just don't want to read. I don't want to, like, reading just does not feel, like, enjoyable. So I just don't.
I don't think I've ever had that. There have been times where there's other things I might rather do. Because I'm quite, like, I feel kind of ambitious every day. I set, like, lists and goals for myself of all the things, we call them the hopes and dreams. So anytime me and Jaime are together, we make a list of hopes and dreams for the day, of all the things we want to get done.
Everything that we need to do.
Yeah. There's always so many things. Oh, we got to go to this bookstore. Oh, we got to go on and do this on Dreamlight Valley. And I would love to read 3 chapters and get a photo of this book and do this for the podcast.
I heard the bookmobile again. We need to go to the bookstore.
We need to go make some donations. We need to go do the little free library.
Yep.
Because I somehow got us roped into taking care of a little free library for the community.
I still don't understand how you managed that. We went to this little free library for the first time ever.
Outside of, like, it's like a community place. It's a place in the community that does, like food distribution and stuff.
Yeah, and this little old lady comes up to us and talks like she knows us. And it's like, oh, would you guys like books? We've been looking for someone to take care of this.
God. And I was like, we can do that!
Yeah, and then she was just like, God must have said, I was praying for someone to come, and here you are. God answered my prayers.
How could you say no? Like, of course we'll do it.
I was ready to say no, but you had already said yes.
It's been, I mean, there have been some stresses, but it's been fun.
It has been, apart from the parking lot.
Yeah, there's no parking in that little place.
And I hate driving, I hate parking lots.
Yeah, and it's been cold, so that hasn't been great either. But it was also not that great when it was hot, so... No, but it's just, it only takes us like 10 to 15 minutes.
It's not bad.
And we just go every other week.
It's your local library. You actually adopted it.
It's been fun. And I always have, well, more so me than you, but I often have books to, like, bring to put in there. So it's nice for that too. Because I feel like a lot of times there's lots of kid books in there and donations for the kids. Because it's like a big section on top for adults and a big section on the bottom for kids. Because they get children's books donated to them. But there's rarely any adult books. So I feel like they have, like, older choices that are in there and it doesn't change that much. So it's exciting when I can bring, like, new ones for, like, the season and stuff. I'm like, they can have all these Christmas books to choose from. So, when do you think you started to be an avid reader?
Well, I didn't really read that much in college because I was working so hard on like my projects and everything. So I don't know when I became an avid reader. I feel like I was like sporadic up until probably Bookstagram, and like when I started dealing with chronic pain, and that's when like it really started for me.
Yeah, I feel like I've always been kind of more of a casual reader until COVID, or even a little before COVID.
Yeah.
Then I started like literally reading like a book a day or more.
So are there certain things that you don't care to read?
I'm not really big into science fiction, nonfiction, or historical fiction.
Yep.
They're just usually not my cup of tea.
I get that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of nonfiction, not a huge fan of poetry or historical fiction. Science fiction is iffy. It really depends on how much science they put into it. Like, the more they're trying to explain, like, elements scientifically, the less I'm going to enjoy it. Like, if you just tell me it's sci-fi and you don't explain and try and justify whatever you're doing, I'm more likely to enjoy it.
Like, the extent of something with sci-fi in it that I can appreciate and love would be Cinder. But that was like a fairy tale retelling. So it's got to be done like that. Otherwise, I'm just not really going to like it.
Yeah.
And I've read enough of them to know that it's just not for me. And that's fine, I feel. Everybody can't love everything.
I feel like with every genre that I typically don't like, there is an exception.
Yes.
It's just, I'm not going to be drawn to pick those up. But, like, sometimes they will become a favorite book, even though they're completely outside my genre.
Yeah, because I know there have been a couple poetry books, because I'm not usually really into poetry, but there have been a couple I've been sent that I really loved, and they're, like, favorites.
Same. One of mine, I was so sad when they got flooded. And I still haven't, like, replaced it.
Because you have to find it. And sometimes you can't find things. Like, a lot of times we're sent indie books and stuff, and we just don't come across them.
Yeah, and I don't always want to spend money, a lot of money, on a new copy of a book I've already read. Like, even if it was a favorite, sometimes I would rather spend that money on a book that I haven't read.
Right. I get that. So another kind of reader is like a seasonal reader.
Who reads books based off of what season it is.
Like holiday books around a specific holiday.
Books that take place in the winter, fall, summer, spring. Those seasons.
All of the seasons. All of the seasons.
So do you find yourself reading certain things during the certain times of the year?
Typically only when I'm sent things to read that are like during that time of year. Not necessarily because I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah.
Like recently I was sent I've gotten a lot of holiday books. It's not that I haven't been in the mood for the holiday books, but I've had so many other books that were coming out that I had to read first. So I feel like it's going to be February by the time I get to all the Christmas reads, but I want to read them. I just can't right now.
Yeah. Like, I love the idea of reading seasonally, but I don't. Like, I feel like I've been reading Christmas books all year round.
You're welcome. I was giving you a bunch to read.
I was like, it's July. It's June. Why am I reading
Christmas in July?
Yeah. And then I'm like, it's September. Why am I reading Christmas?
It's fine. Just read what you're in the mood for.
Christmas couldn't come soon enough.
So another kind of reader is like a comfort zone reader. So that's someone that really only reads like one kind of genre.
And like sticks to it.
Like thrillers, romance, dark romance, mystery, fantasy, classics, nonfiction, you know, something like that. So do you consider yourself to be a comfort zone reader, or do you usually read outside of your comfort zone?
I feel like I definitely was more of a comfort zone reader, like when I first started reading. And like, I still am to an extent, but like, I do like so many more genres now, and I am more likely to venture out.
Yeah.
But, like, I still would prefer to read the genres I know I love.
Yeah. I feel like I must be to some extent, because it's like, if you know you like something, why not stick to it? But I do read things outside my comfort zone a lot because I'm sent them to review.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least feature them. And if I'm sent something, I'm going to at least try to read it. Mm-hmm. Eventually I'll get to it. But, like, I try to read it.
Yeah.
And then, like, I typically gravitate towards thrillers, fantasy, and romance. Like, those are the 3 genres that I'm, like, pretty much always reading.
Yeah. I feel like I'm the same way. Like, those are my genres.
So what entices you to read read outside of your genre, like comfort genre? Oh my gosh. That was a tongue twister.
I feel like I'm more likely to read outside my comfort zone if I'm in a reading slump.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if nothing is working for me, if all my favorites, if I'm not getting into reading, that is when I might try something new.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the same for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another kind of reader is the chaotic reader.
Who reads multiple books at once. Raise your hand if you're a chaotic reader.
I am a little bit, but not much. So how often do you read multiple books at once?
Really often. Especially now. Especially, like, this past year. Like, I am currently reading 4 books right now.
I don't know how you do it.
I literally read a couple chapters, switch books, read a couple chapters, switch books, read a couple, and then just alternate whatever I'm in the mood for.
And you don't get them mixed up at all?
No, because there are rules.
See, I will do it occasionally, but I seem to have horrible luck when it comes to, like, picking out what books I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
Because how is it that I wind up with 2 books with the same character names?
Yeah.
Different genres, but it still gets confusing. And it's never a common name.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are the odds that I'm reading 2 books with the main character being named River?
Yeah.
Or, like, other names like that. I'm like, why? How?
But I feel like reading multiple books at once really helps when I'm a mood reader. Mm-hmm. Because I can read out of, like, the multiple books I'm reading, I could read based on my mood. Mm-hmm. It also helps if they're different formats. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, have one going on my Kindle, have a physical copy, have a graphic novel going all at the same time. Mm-hmm. It really helps.
Yeah, I do it sometimes, but it doesn't always work for me. Or I'll, like, be reading one, I'll switch to a different one, I will finish the other one, and then I'll go back to it. So, like, it's not, like, switching back and forth constantly.
Gotcha. So what is your reasoning behind reading several different books at the same time?
Indecisive as to, like, what I'm in the mood for. So, just reading a little bit until I figure out what I want.
Yeah. I feel like that's when it's good to be able to just grab what you're in the mood for. Mm-hmm. And it really helps if you're reading, if they're, like, different genres, because you can just alternate between them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're less likely to get storylines mixed up.
Yeah, there are rules you must follow. So, like, going in to talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Have any suggestions as to how to keep things straight while it...
Well, you can't ever read 2 books within the same main trope, mm-hmm. like, with the same main trope, right. And they can't be from, like, the same genre at the same time. Because that'll just really get confusing. And you need to try and avoid books with similar character names for obvious reasons.
I learned that the hard way. But you don't always know what the character names are until you're invested.
Right. Because we don't usually read the synopsis, so that would help if those situations, but we never read them.
No, I just blindly grab off my shelf and hope for the best.
Like, you should see us at the bookstore. We'll grab books. Oh, based on, like, skimming the top of the back or the tagline, be like, this looks like a Grumpy Sunshine. You should love this. We know nothing else about the book.
I literally skim the back for just key points, key elements, and that's all I base it on.
Baking competition? Oh, you'll love that. Here you go. That's all we need to know.
And then there's some readers that only like to read in one format.
Yep. Like physical books, audiobooks, ebooks. So, what is your preferred format to read in?
Physical books, like, all the way.
Yeah.
Like, preferably hardcover. Mm-hmm. But primarily because I like having them on my shelf.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have a preference, like, paperback versus hardcover when reading. Mm-hmm. But, like, it has to be. I can't do audiobooks. Mm-mm. I don't know why, but, like, if I'm trying to listen to one, I tune it out. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's because, like, I've, like, when in school and stuff, I would always have music and stuff playing in the background so I could tune it out so I wouldn't overthink. So it's like the same deal with audiobooks. I just automatically like tune it out and don't
You
listen.
trained yourself.
And then I can't stand it when the narrators do character voices.
Yeah.
Like some narrators will do a great job. Others, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Like, why are you making that character sound like that?
Right.
Just no. And then I do like reading on my Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it needs to be like a shorter book with like cozy vibes.
Mm-hmm. Physical books are always my preferred format.
Mm.
I think it depends on the size of the book, whether I have a preference of hardcover versus paperback to like read.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they're too floppy and thick, they hurt my wrist. Like, and really, really thick hardcovers also really hurt my wrist to hold. So I also have a really hard time with audiobooks. Like, I've listened to quite a few, and I always struggle. The only hope I have, well, it also depends on the narrator too, but I have to be working on something with my hands. Like, I listened to one when I was like painting my front door, or if I'm working on a puzzle or something like that, then I can sometimes listen to them. But it's still a struggle. Because I often feel like I could read the book faster.
Yeah.
Then I can listen to it, even if I'm listening to it on 2 times or faster.
Listening to an audiobook, it frustrates me because it's not fast enough. But if you speed it up, then sometimes they sound like chipmunks.
Yes.
And then who wants to listen to a chipmunk read a book to you?
Yeah. And like, I read on my Kindle fairly often, but I can struggle on that too. But it has to be a shorter book.
Yep.
It has to be something that's kind of fast paced. And I really struggle to read like long fantasies or romances on my Kindle.
Yeah, my Kindle is pretty much cozy fantasy, light romancy, or like rom-coms.
I have a lot of popcorn thrillers and a lot of novellas.
Like, I like the idea of reading thrillers on my Kindle, but like, I have a hard time getting into them. I need the physical copy.
I know. I don't know why that is, but
we're just weird.
I know. It's weird. So, what is your favorite thing about your favorite format to read in?
I think just the physical feel of the book. Being able to choose what bookmark I'm going to use. Like, I get really excited about choosing my bookmark. You can't do that with an audiobook.
No.
Or an ebook.
No.
And, like, I like seeing how many pages I have until the end of the chapter and then to the end of the book.
Yeah.
I like being able to physically, like, flip through and see. Rather than having the screen at the bottom of the Kindle telling me, you know, how much.
Yeah, I like to be able to hold the book and visually see how many pages are left. Like, the Kindle shows, but it's not the same.
It's not the same at all.
Because I can, like, see, I have, like, an inch left of the book versus whatever percentage. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like, it's not the same.
No, it's not. So the next kind of reader is the rereader. Someone who rereads books all the time.
So how often do you reread books?
Not that often, but like I reread some of my favorites like a few years after reading them. Like enough time has to pass where I do not remember every detail.
Yeah, which is really hard, especially with thrillers.
Yeah, for mysteries, thrillers, more time needs to pass. Sometimes it can be years later. And I will pick up a book that I loved, and I will still feel like I just read it. And, like...
It's the same way with watching shows and stuff, too.
So, like, I need a few years before I can reread.
Yeah. I don't reread often, but it's mostly because I have so many unread books that I would like to get to first.
When we didn't have that many books, that I was more like... I reread a lot more.
Oh, so did I.
But, like, now, I need a lot of time to reread.
Because there was a time where I had, like, no more than 15 books in my possession at any time. So, I can't even tell you how many times I reread Anne of Green Gables, or how many times I reread, like, Sophie Kinsella books.
Yeah. What books do you think you've reread the most?
Definitely Anne of Green Gables. And the Shopaholic series by Sophie Kinsella. And there's a couple other of her books, like Can You Keep a Secret? And probably The Undomestic Goddess, because those were, like, the first ones I had.
Yeah.
So I reread those a lot.
Yeah, I've reread a lot of Terry Blackstock's books, Brendan Collins, because those were the books that I had, like, in high school and college, and those were the ones that I had to reread.
Right.
And then, like, I've read Lunar Chronicles, Harry Potter, and Fourth Wing each twice. And I feel like I've also reread, like, Joanne Fluke's Hannah Swinson series, at least, like, the first handful, a couple times as well. What kind of reader do you consider yourself to be?
Based on this, it's pretty apparent that I'm just chaos, and I'm all of these things in some way or another. I'm definitely a mood reader.
Me too.
I collect books. Yep. I read multiple books at once. I mostly only read physical books. I typically stay in my comfort zone when it comes to what I choose to read, but I also read a little bit of everything.
Yep.
And I read things all year round, but I also read seasonally. And I do reread books, but not often, and usually only when I'm in a slump.
So, essentially, we're both just
everything.
Yep. all of the above, all of the readers.
Well, thank you for tuning into Book of Sisters podcast. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, and follow or subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. And we're going to go on a mid-season break, and our episodes will resume in the spring. Happy reading.